Right, where am I today? Well, we're in the middle of the Kent countryside, and we're coming to somewhere that I've got a real personal interest in, and can actually provide an informative video for a change. I'd like to say first, I'm actually recording this as I'm leaving. I've already done it, which is why I need to tell you now that we are doing a giveaway in this video, so you're going to have to watch the whole thing to find out what that's about and what you could get if you win. But yeah, we are now going to, or just leaving, a Ministry of Defence firing range from during the Second World War. And yeah, keep watching, you can see what I found and what I managed to do. Let's go.
So if we come round here, we can see the old target hoists, which is great. So it looks... Oh, okay, so there is only supposed to be 6 hoists. I'm not sure why this area would have been left open. I thought this area would have had one removed or something. But yeah, let's take a quick look down, see if we can get down there, because I'd love to see if these things still move. I mean, the cables are still present on most of the pulleys here, so yeah, see where we can get to. So let's take a look down the line. So these are all the target hoists. We'll take a closer look at one of these in a minute, and I'll show you how they work, or how they used to work. Hopefully we can get one going. Just a little bit of facts about these kinds of places, because obviously when DNA put out his video, obviously there's loads of comments, and a number of people correctly said that this, they were ammo hoists, but there were 1 or 2 comments which I'm not trying to call people out, but I do have to dispel some of the things that were said. So one of the comments was that this wall here was actually the backstop, and that I think the comment said that as the rounds went through the target, they'd hit this and ricochet up. So there's several problems with that. Firstly, the wall's too low. Bullets had never hit it. Secondly, if you're having hot lead and copper hitting a wall and bouncing directly up, that presents a danger to people and property, and it's just completely irresponsible. The local villagers would have lead raining from the skies. It would be far too dangerous. What is actually the case is if we look up here, and let me just climb up there and I'll show you. Right, so here we are at the top, got the hoists down here. You can see down where the firing line would have been down there. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. But up here, if you see, got all this sand and grey, and yeah, it is sand. This would have been the backstop. It's very high to catch any stray bullets if someone aimed a bit too high. And I bet you if you were to dig this, you would find a lot of lead. But yeah, this would have been the backstop, not the wall. This is far safer. So let's go back down, and we'll take a look at the firing line. Right, I wasn't going to film this, but this is the backstop. I've dug a little to prove to you it's sand, by the way, that backstops are made of. And look what I found. It's actually a round. It's a really strange shape, but it is definitely a round. I will clean that up in just a minute and we'll have a closer look. That's really interesting. I'll see if I can find any more.
Right, I've finished digging, and definitive proof that that is the backstop lies here. So I kept digging for about 10 minutes, and look at all these rounds that I've managed to dig out. Some of these are really well preserved and they've not deformed. There's 40 there. So yeah, let's now go down to the firing points and we'll see what we can find down there. That'd be great, and I'll give you a bit more history into what they would have been using and what these rounds are. Let's go.
So we're leaving the target hoists and the backstop. We're making our way down range, which these days I think is been repurposed a little bit as a farmer's field. So let's take a look. I mean, I can already see just in the distance there's some brickwork there, so this might be that there's several firing lines at different distances. Judging by that, what's that, 100 yards, that first one? Because And what I've been reading up, there was one post made online that I managed to find from a guy who was in the cadets, who used to use this in the 40s, and his comment said that they used to use the Bren gun and the Sten gun down here. Now, given the time period, we can probably also assume that they were using the bolt action Lee Enfield service rifles as well. So the Lee Enfield and the Bren both took the 7.7 by 56mm cartridge, and the Sten gun took the 9 by 19mm para cartridge, which is technically a pistol cartridge, which explains why we found some of those rounds that were back in the backstop there. Some of those were pistol cartridge, which I wasn't expecting to find. I was just expecting to find rifle rounds. But yeah, that explains it. I mean, there is also the possibility that they were firing the old Webley service pistols as well, but I'm not entirely sure you'd want to fire a service pistol 100 yards or even further for that matter. But let's take a look. So this is the first bit of brickwork, and yeah, it's possible. I mean, yeah, look, so if we look from here, I don't know if you can just make out the line of where the targets would have been raised to, but you've got a big backstop there and you can see the sand all the way up. So this may have been the 100 mark. Lay down, sandbag, put the rifle or the gun on top of there maybe. Okay, let's continue up the firing line, because now at what would potentially be the 200 yard mark, we've got another wall, so let's go. Okay. Oh, there's a grouse. Not a grouse. What are they? Not a pheasant. Might have been a grouse. Making a stupid noise either way. Right, brick wall. Let's have a look around the back and see what it is. Okay, so there's not really too much up here, but it is brick wall. Well, I know what it is. Right, so this would have been flat at one point at the top of the wall here, and you'd have people in the prone position, laying down, firing at the targets, 200 yards. Excellent. Let's keep going, because I do believe there is more. And there's another ridge there, which might be the 300 yard mark. Let's keep going. We'll find out. Oh, excellent. Right, okay. So we've got steps leading down, and this would have been one of the big firing lines. Ooh. So yeah, it's just the right height for me to put my rifle up on here and fire at the target, and this is great. So yeah, this is about, that is from here to the firing line all the way up there now. That is pretty much 300 yards. So looking this way, there might be a 400 yard point, but we'll have to have a look. Yeah, this is brilliant. Okay, let's keep going. We'll use the stairs this time. What's that? There's a little animal. What kind of little animal is that? What's that? Oh, check him out. Hello. Oh, he's already freaking out. I won't get too close. He's really colourful. Check him out. Oh, he's going to get his head stuck if I stay around. I'll go away, because otherwise he's going to get stuck in the fence. It's a nice surprise. Very colourful little thing. I'll leave him alone. Right, so coming to the end of the field now. Yeah, it does not look as if there is another firing point. Looks as if that's it. So, right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back now, because there's something I wanted to do at that last firing point, which I'd completely forgotten about. So let's go back. I want to quickly try this out. Right, so back at the 300 yard firing line. Now, I'm not too familiar with the ejection pattern of the Bren gun, the Sten gun, the Lee Enfield, or any weapon of that particular era, to be honest, but we can make the assumption, as most firearms are right-handed, that the casings are going to be ejected to the right of the gun. Now, given that this is a long line, most of that would either land on the concrete or it would land down here. But if you're on the firing line at this end, this little area here we might find some casings. And given how lucky we were finding all the bullets up at the backstop, let's take a look. Okay, so I've just come, I've been searching the 300 and 200 yard firing line, see if I can find any remnants of casings. And I've just been walking over here ready to do just a little bit of a dig, and I've literally just walked up, and what's that? That looks like a 303 casing. Let's just see if we can clean that off a little bit. Might be able to see a marking on there. Oh, hold on. See if I can. Oh, there's another one there. Look, I'll grab that in a minute. Yeah, excellent. Right. Okay. So these are military cartridges because they don't have. Oh, hold on. No, they might. Let's have a look at the other one. Let's clean him up. This one's a different caliber. Straight away. Oh no. Yeah. This one is a different caliber, but that one is fairly rusted. You can't really see on the back there, but I will clean them up. Let's just have a little dig, and we can see if we can find any more, because these were just laying on the surface. So there must be quite a few here somewhere.
Right, so as I mentioned before, one of the main reasons I wanted to come here as well is there were a lot of questions coming up about what these are. So I thought I would come down here and I would not only tell you, but I'd show you. So I brought some tools with me and some oil and WD-40, which is not vandalism, it's restoration. So I'm going to see if I can get this one moving again, and then I can show you how it works. So let me get on with that. Right, let's see if this old thing will move. So, the way I see this particular design is a two-target system, because both this frame and this frame are identical. So what you would have, this one is in the lowered position. You have a target, piece of wood with a target on the front, about here. This one that's already up would be protruding over for people to be shooting at, and then once these people that are shooting at this target have finished, you would then have someone do this. Oh, that moves remarkably well. So, this target's now up, ready to be shot at. The marker, whose job it is to deal with the targets, will come around. He can now patch the holes, mark them. Now, from some of the history I've been reading, on this place in particular, the way they would mark is that they would have someone with a stick pointing at the holes, whereas in a modern day rifle range you'd have like a little red tag that you'd put in the hole to indicate to the shooter down the line where he hit. So it's great that this thing still moves. Excellent. Look at that, it's really smooth. And then you patch this one. Excellent. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was interesting and even educational for you. So yeah, hit the like button, please subscribe, and yeah, check us out next time.
Right, so now that we've finished cleaning these up a little bit, we can see that this one here is British 303. The markings on the casing for this, I've managed to look it up, was manufactured by Greenwood and Bately in Leeds, England, and this one's stamped 1942. And in front is one of those 303 rounds. It's a little bit deformed, this one, but it does at least match up with the casing. But on to the giveaway. If you're interested, this lot here, we'll pick 3 winners, So first place winners will get this selection here. The casing is a 7.62 incendiary tracer. Managed to look this one up as well. This one was also manufactured in Leeds. And this bullet here is a 9mm, not 100% sure what particular type of wood it would have been fired from, unfortunately. And the bullet in front is a 45 caliber, which is a lead round nose bullet. In second place we have these two here. The one at the back here is a copper jacketed 9mm, which is quite a common round, which could be put into any number of cartridges, so it could be fired from anything, that thing. And but in front, which is more interesting, is a wad cutter. Don't see too many of these around these days, so that's quite interesting. And third place we have a 44 caliber, which I was surprised to find at Ministry of Defence range, because it wasn't a common caliber for the British Army to be using. But then the Home Guard would fire anything they could get their hands on, so that's probably why that ended up there. And then lastly, here for the third place prize is this. It's part of a copper jacket. All of the lead's missing out of it. I thought it just looked really cool the way it's splayed out as it's hit the backstop. Okay, so if you are interested in winning any of these, then please leave your comments below. Clearly state your interest. Doesn't matter which country you're from. First place, second place, third. And I'll let this run. You've got until Friday the 24th of March to show your interest in the comments, and then hopefully I can I'll put all your names into a bowl and pick 3 winners, hopefully over that weekend, and get it up by the results up by the end of the weekend. I'll now put up some close-up pictures of some of these so you can get a better idea, because you can see the markings on the casings and even the rifling on some of these bullets that would have been left when they were fired.